Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Bradley here. What you guys are gonna be watching today is a TDM gameplay I got last night while I was playing. Nothing really special. It's just something to talk over. What I'm gonna be talking about today is my thoughts on Call of Duty World War II. First, I'm gonna talk about the trailer that I saw, and then I'm gonna talk about the gameplay. I wanted to make a video on it the first day that everything came out, but I decided to wait because I knew there was gonna be gameplay of it a few days later, and I didn't know if my opinion would change because obviously every Call of Duty trailer is made to make the game look really good. Besides Infinite Warfare's. But yeah, anyways, my thoughts on the trailer first. It really brought me back to Black Ops 1, the trailer for Black Ops 1 before Black Ops 1 came out. Uh, uh, I'm not even gonna try to count off the top of my head how long ago that was, but I was probably about 11 or 12, and that's when I was first getting into Call of Duty. So for it to bring me back to that, it was really nostalgic. Even though it's not even the same game, it just kind of had that same feel to it, even though it's in a little bit less of a time period. Because obviously it wasn't that far ahead of Black Ops 1 in the time period, but uh, yeah, it did remind me of Black Ops 1. The trailer did. The gameplay, obviously it just looked like a new Call of Duty. I thought it looked really good. Um, Obviously, what we saw in the gameplays in the trailer isn't everything that's going to be in the game. The guns, the score streaks, I'm pretty sure there are going to be a few more added to the final version. And the game looked really good for it not even being fully done yet. Obviously, it has to be really close to being done because the game's coming out in about 6 months, off the top of my head, I think. But yeah, it looked really good for the stage that it's at right now. I'm just gonna talk about a few things that the game needs to have, competitively or competitive wise for it to be a really good competitive game. Just like Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 3, which I feel like were the two best competitive games that we've had in the past six Call of Duties or so. I feel like those two were the best. So obviously, this is one that everybody's gonna say. It needs to have a league play system, a league play game mode, something like that, but not like Ghost and Black Ops 3 had. Something that really confused me about Black Ops 3 was obviously Treyarch was the one that made Black Ops 2, and they saw how successful League Play was. But for some reason, they put a really toned down version of League Play in Black Ops 3. I mean, you were kind of in leagues and stuff, but from what I remember, there wasn't any leaderboards that you could check like how far you were going up in the ranks. You just kind of ranked up as you played, and it didn't really mean anything because uh, I mean, when I was playing it, I didn't even play it that often because obviously as a competitive player there was really no point to play it. But when I did play it, I mean, I ran into a bunch of people who were the highest rank, which was I think it was like 13 or something like that, and they were not good players at all. So obviously that just says something about how bad that system was. Not bad, but it was more of it not being good than it being bad. But yeah, obviously they're going to need some type of league play system. Other things they're going to need is obviously just developer support for competitive. If there's developer support in the game, then the game will thrive for or competitively at least. I think either way this is going to be a really good year for just the casual fan of Call of Duty. Um, yeah, it's just gonna be really good for the casual Call of Duty player, um, uh, and competitive. Like I said, they need to add those two things, or not add those. They need to add league play, and there needs to be developer support for it to thrive competitively. So yeah, guys, that's my thought on Call of Duty World War II. I'm probably gonna make a separate video on it because this one was kind of short. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.